Hello everybody, this is Diane and we're going to have another organizing session. First I want to show you what journals are next in my queue for crafting. I decided to do a couple of binder journals. This is a very old one, just a binder. It says my recipes. I think there's a date on here, or maybe not. I don't know who put this out. There's really no name on it. And it was designed to put your own recipes in. So there's an envelope that you could put clippings from magazines and newspapers and whatever people give you. Put that in the envelope for each category. And then there were papers, notebook papers that you can write your recipes on. And there is some writing. There's some writing on the envelopes to say what recipes were in there, but most of them are empty. And then the handwritten pages. So there's a lot of envelopes and divider pages in here. I'm not sure how much. I took out all of the blanks, or most of the blank pages that were in the bag, because it was pretty full. So I may have to remove some more just so I can include some other pages and things. I didn't want to really get into all of that. I just wanted to show you that this is next. So it's quite dirty. I've tried to clean it, so I'm going to embellish it with, I don't know, fabrics and maybe some collage. I don't know how I will fix that up, but it's in pretty good condition, except it was a used book, and so it's dirty. And then I'm also going to use this one. I've had it for a long time. I think it's about time I put it to use. Valuable paper file for home and office. And again, this one has envelopes. So they need to be repaired. But there were different categories. And somebody wrote on here what kind of papers were inside the envelope. So there's life insurance. And I started cutting papers already to go in between the envelopes. Memoranda and clippings. This says copy of wills. Memoranda. This says stocks. I'll cover up that black marker. So just fire insurance, important receipts, contents, memoranda. So just a lot of envelopes. I don't know if I'll leave them all in there because I'm going to want to add some embellishments and some pages and whatnot. So I'm not sure how I will put these two together as journals, but these are my next projects. I've been doing some organizing, as you know. We've done a couple videos together. One thing I did do without you, because I do some of it without you, you wouldn't want to watch all of it, was I have this box, and each box is labeled with a different kind of ephemera, and I went through them and pulled some stuff out that I don't think I'll use. And I have 3 empty boxes because I had another way that I wanted to store some of the things. So let me just tell you what categories there are in here. This one says itty bitties, because that's what they are. They are just tiny little embellishments. So my binders that have the little vinyl pockets, these would be too hard to fish out of those. So this is a good place to just kind of push them around and see what I want and pull them out. This one is stamped images, just because I didn't know where else to put them. When I play around with my stamps on scraps of paper and stuff, I put the pieces in here. I just need to remember to get into this whole tote thing and get things out and use them. Then this one says black and white. It has some black and white things that I cut out of a book, and also, I don't know if you've seen this. I think I only saw it once, or maybe a couple times, but I bought it when it was half price at Hobby Lobby, and it's Tim Holtz ephemera, but it's all black and white. So that's pretty cool. And you can color that with alcohol markers or alcohol ink because it's glossy. But you can color them if you want to, but They're all in here. I have my Tim Holtz chipboard words in here. I used to use these a lot. I haven't used them in a while. But then I also have this set of words that is a digital. I don't know where I got it, but I cut them out and put them in here to use also because they're black and white, just like the Tim Holtz ones. And then in these, I won't even bother to open these. You've all seen them. They're the Tim Holtz paper dolls. So this one is men. I have two with kids, and this one is ladies. If it's a couple or a lady and a child, it's in here. Then I have square and rectangle shapes, and most of this is Tim Holtz chipboard kind of ephemera or cardstock. Just the squares, and just like it says, there's some other things that came out of scrapbooks. Squares and rectangles in there. This one is postage stamps that were attached to envelopes and just torn off. This one just has circles in it when I want a circle shape. I don't know if I'll keep this because I don't ever use them, but these are shapes that I die cut out of book pages. Different sizes, different shapes. They're there. I'm going to keep them and hopefully remember to get in there and use them. And if I don't start using them, I'll just get rid of them. This is one of my favorites, and it's very full. It's numbers. You know I like numbers. So there's little cutout numbers, and then scrapbook paper numbers, and die cut numbers, and then the 3 empty ones. And I'll show you what I did with those, what used to be in those boxes. I've had this for a long time. I used it. I had my Tim Holtz ephemera in it for a while, and it just wasn't working for me. So I've just had it tucked away, unused. So I decided it was time to get it out and use it again. So these arrows, all of these little die cut arrows that I've cut with my Big Shot and Cricut, they were in one of those little boxes that I just showed you. But I think this is going to be easier for me to access, and I'll use them more often. And also these labels that I either printed and cut out or stamped, because I have a lot of label stamps. So I cut a bunch out of different kinds of papers and cut them out, and so they're in here, easy for me to access. I have this set of Mrs. Cog's words, the Latin words, and I figured this was a good place to put them. And I've got some empty big pockets that I can fill with something. I don't know what yet. Still working on it. And then I have a few pages that have the digital stamps that I got from Eclectic Eggplant. She offered me a free digital as a thank you, and I asked for the triangular postage stamps because I thought they were pretty cool. So she sent me that, but then she also sent me the 2 other sizes of stamps that she had. So I have a lot of digital stamps in here. This is just some punched, small shaped labels that were die cut or punched or something, and they were in one of those boxes also. So now they're in here. I have quite a few cigarette cards and Victorian calling cards and that sort of thing that are digitals, and I have some Tim Holtz ones too that came in his ephemera packs, and I put them in here. So that's what I have in here now. I think I'm going to like this. I just have to remember that I have 2 large pockets that I can fill with something. So I'll make sure that I do that so I make full use of this. This was from Hobby Lobby. It says Paper Studio on it. What we're going to do today is go through my old sewing machine drawer here that I got at a flea market, and this has playing cards and postcards and things like that. And I really don't want any more than what will fit in this. This is more than enough. I think I would rather have more postcards than playing cards. But I'm going to remove the postcards so that I can get into things better, because it's getting a little bit fuller than I like. I need to be able to, you know, rummage around in there. And I'm going to take out all of my playing cards and game cards, and I'm going to get rid of some. And I thank you guys for helping me, because I've been listing some of my items that I've destashed, and you guys have been snapping them up, and I appreciate it so much. I am so glad that it will go somewhere where it will actually be used and not just stored with too much other stuff. I guess I might as well leave that there. Let's start with the postcards, because they're going to go in the back. I have this set. These aren't postcards, but they're larger cards, and I got this from the thrift store, and they're not very old, but they're fun. They are slang words, like the new modern slang words. Like, I don't even know what they are. Like, I know what the word front is, but how is it being used as a slang word? To put on a false appearance. That makes sense. Make a mask for a true identity or activity. Yes, I know that version of a front. Don't front. You and I both know it's just airplane food. That's what he's telling the stewardess, I guess. Grimy. Characterized by deceit, inconsideration, selfishness. Lie to me again, you grimy busta. I dare you. So they're kind of cheeky, but it helps you identify the slang words. And I've put some of these already into destash bundles, and I've put some in journals, so I'm going to just keep what's left here. I have some category cards. I don't have very many left. That might be all I have left right there. And I'll keep these. Those are cards about gardening. I have some art cards, and that's one art card, and I've destashed a lot of those already. And some landmark type, or I don't know, these are German cards. Somebody sent those to me, and I don't have a lot, so I'll keep those. Plain postcards. These kind are not like souvenir postcards. They're more like a stationery postcard. But then I have these really beautiful antique ones, which I'll probably keep almost all of the antique ones, because I've already sold all the ones that I wanted to sell. I've just recently received Norman Rockwell ones. Actually, these, I got that wider notebook type of thing, a flip pad of Norman Rockwell postcards, and that was too wide for this box. But these were a little smaller, and they came in the box too. I've pulled out some of the Norman Rockwell ones that I probably won't use. So I'm going to take those out, and I'll destash some of those cards. There's a whist card. And then we have antique postcards, which I love. So there's the photograph ones, and some more stationery ones. I think most of my destashing of this drawer is going to be with the playing cards. Because I already destashed my postcards. And I am using them more now. I used a bunch of them in my Valentine ones, journals, and I've just been using more of the postcards. I'm not hoarding them. Maybe some of them. They're just so beautiful. I've always loved postcards. I have a collection of postcards that I've collected from the places that I've visited. I don't see any I want to get rid of. I'm just going to, at least for these antique ones, put all of them back in my drawer. Got a few more of the furniture ones. I was glad to be able to use my glassware ones that were like this in my journal that I just made. These are ones my daughter-in-law just gave me. All of these that are in the plastic with this label on them. I don't know where she got them, but she gave them to me for Christmas. So these are scenic ones. This is Captain Bill's cruise of Seneca Lake. You can do a dinner cruise or just cruise around the lake. My husband and I did that a few times. It's up in Watkins Glen, New York. This is Eldridge Park. It was an amusement park when I was a kid in Elmira, New York. So it's been gone for a long time. So this is a vintage postcard. And this is the mall that I went to. I remember when it was built, I was in school when this was a new mall, but that's the mall that I go to. I don't go very much anymore. They don't have good stuff. They don't have good stores there anymore. But anyway, there's Athens. It's here in the valley where I live. Some Sunday school postcards. Those are really cute. These are vintage, and they were inviting people to come back if they haven't been in Sunday school in a while. Lots of fun postcards here. Maybe some of this batch. We're getting down to where they're not so much antique ones. I'm going to go through these a little bit better. Okay. I'll keep the floral ones. I like Niagara Falls postcards. I usually get a lot of them, but I like them because I love Niagara Falls. This is a church, looks like, in, yeah, Methodist Episcopal in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I don't know. I like them. But I have too many to use. A windmill in Massachusetts. Some fruit pickers. Orange pickers, looks like. Yep, citrus harvest. It's a Maxfield Parish card. Madison Square Garden in New York. I went there to see Billy Joel. Triangle Building. I am destashing some. I was there too. Bolt Castle in Alexandria Bay, Thousand Islands, New York. That's just a pretty picture. And so's that. This is a different language. The Sunday school ones. I love waterfalls. I don't even know what this place is. Oh, it's in France. Notre Dame, Our Lady Cathedral. What's that? Oh, that's Niagara Falls. American and Canadian side. Pretty flowers. Oh, we've got some more of the stationery ones. I'll go through them separately. Aw. Some of these are from Current. Okay, this one I'll keep. I love it. It's more like a stationery one also. And then these are not postcards, they are art cards. So I got rid of a few postcards. Let's look at these art cards. I've already destashed a lot of these too. I guess I destash all that I want to destash because I like all of these. Yep. Keep these and I'll put some in journals. I'll share them that way. What's this? Oh, I wasn't done with this pile of... So these are masterpiece cards from the game. And I've already destashed all of those that I want to destash. Got some more flower ones. Oops. There's another German one. I'm going to put this with stationery instead of postcards. It's paper. Well, I have a lot of stationery postcards. I bet I'll be destashing some of them. More Sunday school, more furniture, and I already put things back away. I didn't realize I wasn't done sorting. That's just a plain one, but I think it's kind of cool because it's old. I guess I'll get rid of the jackalope. So these came from a set of funny and odd postcards. This is that form-fit feeling for lingerie. Here I am, busy as a beaver, and this is an ad for converting digestant tablets and stool softeners. Busy as a beaver on the job and no fatigue. TV dinners. This is local. Square Deal Towns, Johnson City and Endicott, New York. There used to be a shoe factory in Endicott. Pretty, pretty, pretty postcards. Some of these pretty postcards that you see are digitals in my shop. These are the ones I don't want to get rid of unless I put them in a journal. Some more art. This one's just cute. I love it. Just some playing cards. Oh, and these were in a book that I found. They're postcards about Sayre, Pennsylvania, which is where I live, and it was a railroad town. Lehigh Valley Railroad Station in Sayre, Pennsylvania. This is a restaurant now. Robert Packer Hospital, Sayre. It doesn't look anything like that anymore. It's huge. It's one of the biggest employers in this area. Watkins Glen, New York, and Frowning Cliff, Watkins Glen, New York. So this is where Seneca Lake is, but there's also a gorge that you can walk. It's beautiful. I'll keep all of those, and I'll keep these. And let's look at the... I'll keep these art cards and these postcards. Okay, look at the stationery cards. I love this one. It just looks so vintage. I'd love to know how old it is. It came with several designs, so they may have not been as old as they look. They may have just used vintage. I think so, because they're current. So they probably just used vintage images, but I love them. But they're still vintage. Just maybe not from the 50s, which is what the designs look like. And these are current also. And I think these floral ones are current. I only have one of that one. This was on a little notepad of postcards. I've found quite a few of those at flea markets over the years. Those little notepads. They have different postcards in them. This one has some art in the corner. It's not designed as a postcard. Maybe I'll just put that in with my journaling cards. Strawberry shortcake. This was on a notepad also. Some Betsy Clark, some Holly Hobby. These just came with my books, my uppercase books. So I'll just stick them in a pocket sometime. These are German ones that someone sent me. So I will keep those and use them. These are just floral ones, I think. Okay. What have we got here? I'll keep my Holly Hobby. I can destash Betsy Clark. I was never a Betsy Clark fan. I have a lot of this one. So I'll destash a few of these. That one's got a tear in it. I'll keep that one. I'll patch it up with washi tape. 1, 2, 3. I'll get rid of 3 of those. Keep the cat because he's so cute. And I only have 3 of this one. And I'll destash this one. Got 3 of them. These I'm going to keep because I love them. I love these too, but I have quite a few. I like these for my domestic arts journals because they're doing domestic chores. Okay, looks like I have a lot of the shopping ones. So I'll discard 2 of them. But the rest I'll keep for my domestic arts journals. Those aren't really postcards. See how we're doing with the floral ones. Got a lot of them. I like the roses a lot. So we'll probably keep all of them. And I like the daisy one. I like them all, really, but this is my least favorite of the floral ones. Wow, lots of roses. I might discard some of the roses since I have so many. And morning glories. So I'm going to discard all of these. I only have 3 left, and 3 of the roses. And 3 of the morning glories. I don't have as many of the daisies, so I'll keep them. Okay, that's the postcards. And this is how many I got rid of. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I really have destashed postcards many times. And I removed these cards. They'll go in with my journaling cards. I think that I will discard a few more of these. Since I'm not fond of purple. Oh, that's just a purple little border there. But I'll get rid of it. Muggin, staring in a malicious or threatening manner. Okay. I'll keep my German cards. And all of these that I only have 1 or 2 of. I've been using the Court Whist cards a lot lately, so I only have 1 left. Oh, I got rid of these too. Okay, now we're down to the playing cards. I put flower ones up there. I keep the flower ones mostly. And the lady ones. I love that Renoir one. Those are a game card. So I'm putting the game cards aside. Right now I'm just looking at the playing cards that have the suits on the back. Okay, so there's some cards of Germany. This is just a cute little card. Ooh. I almost had a pile of cards on the floor. I love this pattern. This is great in a Renaissance journal. There's some more glassware cards and some Tiffany and some Holly Hobby. I'll just stack all the Holly Hobby together for now. Because I used to have a big variety of Holly Hobby cards. And I sold a lot of them in Holly Hobby journal kits or just sets of cards. And then, of course, I made Holly Hobby journals. I've got, these two came together, a house and a barn. I'll just stack them together for now. I'll stack those together. My Hershey chocolate card. Pretty lady. My author's cards. got some oddly shaped ones. Norman Rockwell. I'll just put that there, and that there. I don't think I have very many of them. Kittens. Kodak. And the $100 bill. There's two different designs, the front and the back. They came together. And they're a lot thinner. They're kind of close to paper. But they're fun. I like them. Some more flowers. Some fruit. I love playing cards because I just love the images. And I do tuck them into journals, not as much as I could, but I always feel like I need to do something to the back, but they're glossy, and sometimes I sew something to the back because you can't really Mod Podge or glue on that glossy surface unless you sand it. So usually I just tuck something in there without putting anything on the back, just to add a decorative element to your... These are my odd-shaped ones. I'll just put them in a pile there. Just to add a decorative element to the journal, especially if it goes with the theme, if it's a themed journal. Got some kittens. I love this one. It's a very old card. It's one of my favorites. Where'd the pink girl go? Didn't I have pink girl? No. Oh, I've got a bunch of those. Good. Good, good, good. I like them, but I'll dispose of some of them. There. Thought I saw that one somewhere. Okay. Got some tulips. I'm going to set them aside because I'm going to do a tulip journal, I think, in the spring. Holly Hobby. And then these are just some miscellaneous that I don't have a lot of each one. And does that do it? Nope, not quite. Okay, I've got some more of that lovely old card with the lady on it. And those. Okay. Now I do have some here I can destash. And then I have the small size cards also. So I'm trying to go quickly and not waste too much time on these. So I have a lot of these. I will destash some of them. They're very cute. There's 5 with the barn. 5 with the house. Okay. Oh, I just mixed up the ones I was disposing of. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the barn. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the house. I'm going to keep these. I love them. I can dispose of Cezanne's oranges. These I will keep, but I can let the blue boy go. I'll let the kittens go. And the German ones. And I'll just keep a couple of those. I've used them a lot. Looks like I've just been using the backs and not the fronts. I like the globes and the Norman Rockwell. I think I'll let the watches go. Keep the glassware. I'll keep a couple of those. I like this one. I think somebody must have sent them to me because I didn't have a whole deck of them. I hope you're not bored, but this is how I would be doing it if you weren't watching. So I don't want to change my methods just because you're watching. Because I'm organizing, sorting and organizing as I go. And just destashing is a byproduct, which some of you will benefit from as I put some of these items in my shop. So I only have 1 or 2 of these, and this one I have more of, so I'll get rid of 4 of them. This one, I had a whole deck, so I'll get rid of maybe 10. This one I had a whole deck of each of these. They came together, but I love them so much. And I already sold some, so I'm keeping what's left. I'll keep those. I only have 2 Hershey ones left. I feel like I should just keep these for myself and not even put them in a journal, except I'll make sure I have some in my chocolate journal that I made, because I bought these cards in Hershey, Pennsylvania years ago. I've had these a long time, so I'm going to let those go. I had a whole deck of, I think there were two decks actually, and they're pretty. I'll keep those. I'll let a couple of those go. I had these Virginia Slims cards. You've come a long way, baby, but they were all... Oh, I didn't realize I'd been doing this so long. They had ladies as the face cards, and I sold a bunch of those. I'll get rid of a couple of these rose cards because I just don't need to keep everything. And a couple of those. These are very old and they look it. Ah, there's the pink girl I was looking for. Okay, 2 of those. And I'm down to 3 of my, oh no, 5 of my cards with the cottage with the pink roof. Gotta keep those. There's the playing cards. And I got rid of this many. So I'll just keep going, I guess, until my battery dies. Or my, either one. If the camera shuts off or the battery dies, I'm out of here. So these are the miniature ones. Some of them are playing, or game cards. And some of them are playing cards. So I have this really cute tiny little flower one, which I already got rid of some of those, so I'm keeping what's left. And these are just beautiful. Oh, they're the face cards that go with those floral ones. Aren't they beautiful? And look at the ace. I guess I didn't get rid of a lot of them because I love them. And these are tiny. I use the tiny ones occasionally, but not that often. So that's all I have of the tiny playing cards, so I'll keep those. And then these are tiny little animal cards. And since sometimes you need something tiny, I'll just keep all of these tiny ones. That's all the small playing cards I have. I used to have more. Oh, these. Right in my hand. Mickey Mouse. Oh, these pretty roses. I love them. I remember finding them at the flea market and being so thrilled with them. There's 2 different designs. But I think they're probably almost gone. Got more than I thought I did. Montana. I'm probably going to have to say goodbye after I finish up these miniature cards. And I'll just do the rest on my own. Alright, so I do have quite a few of the rose cards, but I'm keeping them. And I'll keep these other small ones. I'll lose the Montana ones. And I'll lose some of these. And then I have all these miniature cards. And teeny tiny cards. Okay, so that takes care of the playing cards. Now I have all the game cards to go through. I'm going to keep all the shaped ones because I've already disposed of all of those that I want to dispose of. And they're just fun to tuck in sometimes. I will rubber band these together. I should probably put them in a baggie too, because the rubber bands come off. But for now, okay. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to keep going with my other cards, and maybe I'll turn the camera back on when I'm ready to go through my next containers of tags. So I'll see you soon. Bye.